Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB Super Formula World Championship. This is round 3, race 3 from NURBURGRING GP. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB Super Formula World Championship here on GTSport. This is round 3, race 3 from NURBURGRING GP. 18 laps coming your way from the half-an-hour endurance race here with the pit stops, mediums and super soft tyres to be used, and the grid is based on the previous result, and it looks like this. Twerdy's on pole with 80 kilos on the car now, so he's got a bit more weight to deal with this time. Red Bull in second place, super softs for him as well, so the two are at the front row on the super softs, everyone else more or less on the medium tyres. Rodders is third on the mediums, with Bidster on the mediums in fourth. They're both running weight. Rodders on 60 kilos, Bidster on 20. Jamo is in 5th, he's on 40 kilos weight, he's at 4th place in the championship. Techno 6th with TY 7th, running the maximum ballast on 100 kilos. Nifty's 8th with Neil Farmack in 9th, Keith in 10th with Bradders in 11th, Firepower 12th, Blake 13th, Will is 14th, and also Blake's on the super softs as well, so everyone else running the mediums. No seat 1 in this one, unfortunately. He had to disappear, unfortunately, so we've got no seat 1 for this race. So, ready for the off. Revs will rise, lights will go on. Got to try and get the best start you can down to turn 1. And whoa, away we go. And everyone gets away well. Bidster gets a good start on the inside. Twerdy's off again using the overtake. Straight away trying to get that lead into turn 1. He does so. Bidster's on the inside with Techno behind him. And oh, Bidster! The two McLarens come together. And Bidster's off. Techno's off as well. And Techno waits for his teammate. But that is not good. That is not what you want to happen within the team. Neil Farmack, meanwhile, brilliant start. Up to 6th place. Remember, his car is now light in this race. No weight on his car. So watch out for Neil Farmack in this one. Around the outside of Jamo. Trying to go around the outside. Nifty's in this as well. And everyone else down towards the next couple of corners. Neil on the inside line of Jamo, but Jamo drives round the outside. No phasing Jamo today. He held off Bidster for almost the whole race in the last one, so he definitely knows how to defend his position. Meanwhile at the front, Twerdy has not broke away like he did in the last two. He's got Red Bull coming with him. So Red Bull's coming with him now on the outside of the Schumacher S. And around the outside of the Schumacher S. What a move from Red Bull. Takes the lead. Well done to him. What a move. You don't see that done very often. I think Twerdy lifted out of that a bit as well, but still very, very ballsy stuff there. As Jamo in 5th place under pressure from Neil and Nifty. As you go through the complex, Bradders runs wide. Will's right behind him now. Will looking for a good result here. Medium tyres on his car. Blake's on the super softs, so watch out for Blake. He needs to make the most of these tyres to get him through the field in this first bit of the race. Jamo now. Oh, Neil get contact on the outside. Neil's through. Jamo is then trying to get on the power. Nifty's on the inside as well. A little bit of racing contact, but we're okay as we continue through the last corner. Neil Farmack takes 5th. Lap 1 done. Twerdy is not in the lead. Red Bull is in the lead of the race. TY is now in 3rd. He's passed Rodders for 3rd place. So TY, even though he's heavy in this race, doing what he can to try and get as many points as he can. As Neil, massive twitch on the power and loses 5th. Might even lose 6th place because Jamo's on the inside now, holding the inside line. Can he go? Now he could go around the outside here, like Jamo did, but no. Jamo hits the brakes late, and he knows that because he's done that move himself. Bradders 10th. Keith 11th, Firepower 12th, being attacked by Techno after the two teammates came together on the first lap. Bidster's running 20 kilos as well as Techno goes through past Firepower. Bidster's now approaching the back of this pack as well, filled with rage. Down towards the hairpin. Nifty behind Rodders there. Everyone through cleanly. Meanwhile, Techno on the outside of Keith, down to up the hill now towards the Schumacher S. Is on the inside line, and he goes through into 11th place. Keith will not be able to hold that round the outside, not with the line he had. Meanwhile, Bidster attacking Firepower, and Firepower now attacking Keith on the inside. Brilliant drive this from Firepower, but no, they can't do anything. Bidster goes around the outside of him, takes advantage of the vulnerability of the line, and goes through. So the McLaren's back on it now, but not good from the first lap. Firepower attacking Bids now, not afraid, but Having a little look, but there's no way through past the McLaren. Oh, meanwhile ahead, Neil Farmack's off. There's been contact further ahead in the pack, and Neil Farmack's off. And Will's waiting. Have the teammates come together? Will's waiting. He's not particularly going quick round the corner. He's hugging the inside line. And he's waiting for his teammate. I think there he is, Neil Farmack. So the Jordans go to the back of the pack then. So they must have come together. We'll get that in a replay near the end, boys. But, yes, that's not good for them. Oh, Jamo and Nifty come together. And Jamo lets Nifty go, but he also lets everyone else go as well. Too much of a gentleman there. It's all happening in this race. Brad is now to the inside of Blake, but no way through. What a opening mad couple of laps this has been. So now the McLaren's up to 10th and 11th places to the people's faux pas. There's Jamo in 8th after the incident further back. There's TY in 3rd place, number 1, previous champion. Rodders in 4th, that's the Tuesday champion, that is. So Tuesday champion. Meanwhile at the front, Red Bull, fast stop of the race last time round, obviously, because it was the first one across the line. And then we have Tweddy not far behind again. Tweddy using the lotteries overtake very early in the race. Remember, Tweddy, you've got to make this last the whole race. You know, or you can use it early, it's up to you, but you know, once you've run out, you can't use any more. So Red Bull trying to pull away, but Twirly trying to stay with him with the weight on. That's quite impressive. Rodders and Nifty alongside each other into the chicane. Nifty's on the defensive inside line, and Nifty holds on to 4th place, or takes 4th place. Can't remember which way around it was. But Bidster then holds and takes 9th off Keith, and Techno follows him through. So Bidster's been let through by Techno as well. As Keith tries to fight back against Techno, but there's no way through there. Further back, Neil Farmack and Firepower battling out for 12th and 13th positions. Will back down in 14th after the contact with his teammate earlier on that we didn't see. Oh, Jamo missed his braking point. Almost hit, wipes out Bradders. Bradders very fortunate there to keep going, but I think Jamo positioned. He knew he was out braking himself, so he positioned his car so that the fact that he wouldn't properly take him out. So good job there by Jamo, but unfortunately that leaves him down in 13th place. So not a good opening few laps for Jamo here. It's a long race, still got a long way to go in this race. Bidster now on the back of Bradders. Will he be able to get past the Renault? Out of the corner, down to the hairpin. To the hairpin we go. Blake on the back of Rodders now, so the super soft tyres, using all of the super soft tyre that he can. Bidster trying to attack Bradders as well, but Blake, super softs versus mediums, this shouldn't be too hard for Blake here with the tyre difference, but Rodders is holding on here, not leaving any opportunity open unless he runs wide like that. And meanwhile, Bradders trying to hold off Bids here as well. Bids gets a good run out of the corner, gets alongside. He's on his overtake a little bit, don't want to use too much of it. Side by side to the chicane. Brake. And Bids goes around the outside of Bradders. What a move from Bids. And Techno tries to follow his teammate but can't quite do that. And Keith now on the back of the vulnerable McLaren, but the Williams can't quite get alongside the McLaren, and the McLaren holds on. These two in the same colour liveries that they used to run together in the late 80s, early 90s. TY still 3rd, and Red Bull still in the lead, but Twirly fast lap 37.9. Oh, Blake gets a little out of shape there in 5th place. Rodders tries to go through, and now Brad is having a go at Bids, who makes a mistake as well. Round the outside goes Brad, but there is no way through. I don't think Bids to hold the inside line and defends for his life. There is no way through. Blake is ahead of Rodders in 5th place. Nifty's not doing bad here in 4th place. A very good showing from his first time in this car. Covering on the Tuesday as well, which is good for him. Covering for Woo Woo. Unfortunately, can't be here. Red Bull still hold on to the lead. 22nd, still the same gap at the front, a couple of seconds in the difference. TY a 3rd on his own, just trying to do what he can to bring some points in. Nifty in 4th, trying to pull away from Blake in 5th, but Blake's now in the draft with the super soft tyres, so I don't think that's going to last too long. Blake's had a very good run through the field as well, impressive run through the field as well. I know there's been a tyre difference, but he needs to do what he can with the tyres. So yeah, we'll have to see what he does. Remember, you can pit any time as long as it's not within the first 2 or the last 2 laps. Techno now having to go at Brad. And Bids are having a go at Rodders. No way through for Bids yet. Techno defend. No way through past Bradders either. So Rodders makes a mistake and Bids goes through. Rodders must have gone wide there and Bids goes through. The two Renaults now alongside each other, and Rodders lets Brad go. He knows that Brad's on decent pace here, so they'll try and stick with his teammate, or they might battle for it, I don't know. But they're both using the overtaker over the line anyway, trying to pull away from the people behind them. Keith now to the inside, defending from Techno. No way through for Techno. Williams holds on to 9th place. Whoa, massive twitch for Keith though. Out of the corner, and Techno can't go anywhere. Neil Farmack's now on the back of this. Remember, he's light in this race. There's no weight on Neil Farmack's car in this race. So we'll have to see if that's going to make a difference. Obviously not the best opening few laps, but let's see if Neil can make up a few places. He's having a go now at Techno. He goes through on the inside and takes 10th place. Firepower could follow through here if he's close enough, but he can't quite do it. Bids to 6th place, and Nifty's been passed for 4th. Blakeney's passed him on the inside. The super softs may take the better of the mediums, but Nifty's the highest placed. Sorry, no, he's not. Sorry, second highest placed medium car. TY was the highest placed medium car, and that could be good towards the end of the race because he'll be on super softs, which will be faster. So, but again, with the weight on the car, the tyre wear will be worse throughout. So we'll have to see what happens there. But TY looks in a good position for now, especially on the worst tyre of the two as well. But it lasts longer. Neil Farmack on the overtake here, trying to catch up to Rodders. Will he ever go into the chicane? Yes, he's going to the inside line, dives down the inside on the brakes, and he get the car stopped. No is the answer. No, yes is the answer. He tail whips the back end out, which leaves Rodders in a spin, unfortunately for Rodders. But Neil did try and make the move stick, but unfortunately on wide, there was Will running wide as well. We'll get a proper replay on that later on, guys. And Firepower first. Wow, that is early off the medium tyre for Firepower. That is very early off the mediums. This might not work for Firepower, but I suppose it doesn't hurt trying something. But he's come. Hold on, he's come back. Oh, yeah, Subsoft. It's now changed over. So now Firepower lets the rest go through. Oh, he's pulling out. Why is he pulling out? He should have fought for that, but no, Firepower in his own will. Meanwhile, up front, Blake in the super soft car. Now Bids is on the back of Nifty Dark Ninja now. Bids with the pace in this race so far, I think. Working his way through the field rather well. And we've got to watch out for Neil Farmack as well. He's not doing bad in 9th place. He's got to catch up to the back of Techno next. Bit of a bigger gap to overcome now. The battle for 4th, 5th and 6th is about to start heating up, I think. Because Blake, he's not being left alone by Nifty ever since he passed him. Nifty's keeping on the back of him. Bids over the curbs, trying to use all the track he can. For the back of the hairpin, Will in 12th, Firepower 13th, and Rodders at the back in 14th after that little spin with the contact with Neil Farmack. But down to the chicane. Still, let's have a look at the front. But Red Bull still holds on, now using his overtake a little bit more. He's using a little bit every lap. Twerdy, not much left, but again, we're approaching half distance in this race and he's not doing bad. Super Softs have lasted over half distance, so they'll try and get as much out of him as they can. The medium runners will probably run quite late into well, maybe try and change at the halfway point and use the super softs, but again, we can see what the tyres are doing. Remember, each individual person can only see their own tyres. We can see everything because we're looking at the race on the statistics. Neil Farmack under pressure from Techno now. Will Techno have a go on the inside into the hairpin? Nope, not close enough quite yet. A little puff of smoke from the Jordan as it under rotates the front right wheel on the braking. We're all good. Like Nifty and Bids still in the same order. Still with the same gap as well, so they're all trying to gap each other here. Blake's using the tyres to his advantage. Nifty's got some good pace, and Bids has just not quite got it with him, but remember, he's not used much of his overtake yet, Bids. He's saving all his overtake for the last lap of the race, I think. So a good strategy there by Bids. But we'll have to see if it pays off. He's got a big gap to the other cars. He's just using the draft to stay with these guys for now. It'll be all about the tyres, and when you do it, and meanwhile, Bradders on the inside, trying to do it, hold off Neil Farmack, and goes around the outside of him. Round the outside from Neil Farmack. Techno's trying to take advantage as well. Side by side, wheel to wheel contact up the hill. Neil holds on. Bradders has to back out of it eventually, but Neil Farmack goes through. But what a ruthless defence that was from Bradders. Hats off. What a good defence that was, but Neil got through it and gets the place. Now Neil's got a massive gap ahead of him, because because just at the top of the shot in that last one was Bidster. So he's got a bit of a gap to overcome here, but we'll see if he can do it. There's Keith in 10th, Will 11th. Got Firepower not too far behind as well. So starting to spread out a little bit in the race, but again, that's just the nature of the race. Blake trying to use all the tyres he can to try and pull away from the guys ahead. I would imagine he'll try and run those super softs as long as he can and go on the mediums as late into the race as possible while he's still got grip on those super softs, but if he keeps doing that, that will not help. Using the curves like that doesn't help. Bradder's defence from Techno almost wipes out the back of Neil Farmack, but Techno now goes through on the undercut and on the brakes there and loses 8th place, and now he's going to try and get on the back of Techno and try and attack Bangle. He has a little go into there, but that would not have worked. That could have been disastrous, that. So Bradder's just losing his cool a little bit there. Firepower closing on the back of Will now. So Firepower catching Will here. Will's last lap of 41.5. Firepower 41.0. Will's on used medium tyres. Remember, Firepower is on brand new Super Softs. But the Super Softs have been lasting quite a while, so this could be a decent call for Firepower here. We'll have to see what happens as the race goes on, but this could be a winning combination. We'll see. Techno behind Neil Farman, took right under the wing of that Jordan, up over the curb, turned into his teammate using all the grass and the AstroTurf he can into the little complex section, and down the straight we go. Meanwhile, Bidster is alongside Nifty Dart Ninja and he goes through on the straight. Bidster goes through past Nifty Dart Ninja. Defends the inside, makes sure there's no counter-attack, and Bidster takes 5th place now. So Bidster now the second highest medium runner. And I'd say TY's tyres are probably the same as Bidster's are. It's still in quite good condition considering the weight and the speed of the car. Now Bidster uses the overtake as a defensive mechanism. Nifty will move out to overtake on the inside, but Bidster moves across to defend. There's no way through. Gradually moves the car across, indicating what he's doing. And Bidster holds on to 5th place. Meanwhile, further back, Neil Farmack and Techno still battle for 7th place here, but Techno lights up the rear end, and he's not got much overtake left either, so he's used quite a lot of that early. So not good and not good. So he's not got much left of the race, but he's used a lot now to try and get where he is. And Jamo and Will side by side through the complex. Jamo on the outside line, Will on the inside. Will hold the inside line. Jamo will go wide and not able to go through. So Will holds on to the position for now, but Jamo on brand new tyres as well. So the Castrol Honda's doing the early pit stops then. And oh, Will goes wide. And Jamo will now go through on the traction on the inside. Will has no answer to that. And the super soft shot Jamo will go through into 11th place, and now the fight back begins for the Castrol cars, but Firepower can't really get past Will here, so he's trying to turn the tyres on if he can. Blake and Bids together for 4th and 5th. Still not many people in the pits yet, but I thought, oh no, now I've said that. Red Bull in because his super softs are now finished. Medium tyres for him. Twirdy goes round on his super softs. He's not pitting yet. Red Bull's out. And Red Bull's going to come out. This is how stupid the pit lane is, because he's actually going to come out almost parallel with Twirdy now into turn 1. And I don't get why this game can't just let you drive down the pits or whatever. Oh, Twirdy makes a mistake and he's off the track, and Red Bull waits for him because he thinks there's contact, lets him go. TY in 3rd place. We've got Bidster in and out of the pits now. Bidster's pitted already. So super softs on his car now. Twirdy and Techno defends from Neil again. So it looks like this is the time of the super softs. I would imagine this next lap there'll be a lot of people in on the medium tyres to switch to the super softs. But the super soft runners will try and go as long as they can. So Blake has probably got quite a few more laps in that car actually. Twirdy might have to pit this lap and respond to Red Bull, but Red Bull, that's how stupid it was, in and out of the pitch so quickly. It's nothing against Red Bull. Red Bull has done a brilliant job here, but unfortunately this game doesn't drive your car through the pits, then come into the pit box. It just warps you to your pit box and warps you back out. It's just so unrealistic. It's untrue. I don't get why they did it. It's a stupid idea. But you know, hey ho, we've got to live what we've got to live with. So Red Bull comes in and out of the pits in about 6 seconds, which is unrealistic as F. But yes, Twirdy then 2nd, TY 3rd. TY closing on Twerdy now. Remember, TY is going to be switching to the super soft. Twerdy will be going on to the medium, so that could see things change. And meanwhile, further back, we've got Techno on the grass. He's gone off the track. Techno goes off, and Bidster and Neil are already having a nice fight here. And Techno blocks his teammate off. No, not good from Techno. Neil goes through. TY's in. Nifty's in as well. Neil's in. Bidster goes round because he's already pitted for his tyres. That's what I mean, because it takes so long to go out. It doesn't take, because it's so quick in the pit lane, I can't tell who's pitted and who's not. It's ridiculous. So meanwhile, Bidster goes through with Techno there, and then you can already see Nifty.Ninja coming out of the pits already like 5 seconds ago. Ridiculous. Neil Farmack comes out in 8th place, Jamo in 9th. This is the time to swap tyres. Will needs to get the memo and swap his tyres round. There's firepower on the super softs. Keith super softs now, Bradder super softs. So it looks like everyone's been in for the tyres. Rodden's left it a bit late, I think. Early, but yeah, it's just not a good race for us because he got spun round. That didn't help his thing. Didn't help him out at all. Meanwhile, Red Bull in the lead on fresh medium tyres, pulling away from Twerdy on super softs that are very old. TY's been in the pits as well for his super softs, and now he will really start to reel in Twerdy now. Blake needs to pit this lap for his new tyres because he's all being harassed by everyone else on their brand new rubber. Even Techno on his old mediums are catching the super soft shot Blake now. Bidster looking for a way through, there's no way through. Blake sits on the line. And now Bidster, I would imagine, he'll go for the overtake here. Will he go for it? Might be able to, unless he goes to the outside. He should be able to outbrake him with the tyre difference. Oh, Blake tries to hold on, there's contact between the two cars. And now Bidster watches out for his teammate. Blake goes in the pits and Techno follows him now, so Techno follows him through. Now we're going to watch this gap. Bidster goes down the front straight. Blake's in the pits, and now look, he's already in his pit box. That's just not ridiculous. That's just, he's already gone halfway down the pit straight already. Up. Tyres on, tyres off. Bidster's just got to turn 1. And Blake will be out the pits there. That is ridiculous. He's only lost probably 4 seconds from doing the pit stop. That is stupid. But for game-wise, not from Blake. There's nothing against the drivers, this guys. I'm just having a rant about the bloody pit stops. But Jamo to the inside of Blake now. Argy-bargy, elbows out. Blake will not like that. He will retaliate, and he does. Techno goes through, and Jamo, with his elbows out, again tries to hold off Techno. To the inside goes Jamo and holds on to 8th place now, but he's got to try and rattle Blake's cage again. So I think everyone's done the pit stop now. So we've got Red Bull, he's pitted, yes. TY second now. So that strategy did work out very well for TY there. But now TY's on super soft, so is Twerdy, but TY's got the position, but with the weight on, will that make a difference? Because TY, well, remember, TY and Twerdy are both heavy. So I don't think they'll be catching Red Bull anytime soon, but they've got to be careful not to get caught. Bidster on brand new super softs with plenty of overtake to use. Nifty with using some of his, and he's on super softs as well. Neil super softs, Blake mediums, using the overtake. Jamo and Techno on super softs, but Jamo's super softs are older than Techno's. Oh, why is Twerdy in the pits? Oh, he's gone from super soft to super soft. He needs to be on the medium tyres. He pressed the wrong button. That is not going to help him, but thank God I suppose that's where the thanks comes in, that the pit lane's quick. And he comes out back in 3rd place again, but he's lost touch with TY now. Lost about another 4 seconds to him. So Twerdy then now gets on the right tyre. But that's not doing himself any favours. But at least the pit lane was quick for him that time. But that's what I mean. It doesn't punish you enough for the mistakes. So Bid's to 38.7, personal best, in 4th place. Using the overtake now, so he might be going for a fastest lap if he can. A little bit off in sector 1. See if there's any battles further back. Oh my God, there is battles further back. We've got Blake, Jamo and Techno all alongside each other. From the complex, Blake trying to hold on from Jamo, and Techno goes around the outside of Jamo now and gets the move done. Nice from Techno, round the outside of Jamo. He'll not like that, and he'll try and fight back as quick as he can, I would imagine. Blake now, he's on the medium tyres, he's doing all he can. Started on the super softs. Through the hairpin. The super softs got him to where he was, but now he's on the mediums and he's being harassed by the guys that were patient enough on the mediums to make them last. But again, it's all the different strategies, and Blake's doing a good job of defending here. Techno to the outside. No way through. Switch back. No way through. Can he do the switch back again? Nope, because Blake's on the overtake. Remember, once it runs out, but Techno's got no overtake to use. Jamo's got a little bit, so Techno's not got no overtake to use, so Blake could be quite strategic with his overtake here, but Techno tries to get the car alongside. The nose can't quite get alongside enough, and then makes a mistake on the exit of the corner, because when you hit that curb on the inside, it really does throw the car off from the power. You've usually got one wheel not on the ground yet, and Techno ends up having a little half spin, and 12th place, he goes down to 12th. Not good. Jamo to the inside of Blake. No way through. Blake, Bradder's defending from Firepower here. Oh, Firepower tries to go on the outside, gets hit. And Techno runs into him and lets him go with another couple of miles between the two cars. Keith. Keith now holding off Jamo. Blake's down to 11th now. Blake's gone down to 11th. He's been pushed off somewhere. So Blake's gone down. Blake's gone backwards a bit. So again, it all happened there a bit quick. So Blake's gone down to 10th. And now it is Keith who is ahead of Jamo. He's been fighting too hard. Into the hairpin. Jamo looks to the inside. Keith gives him no room. No way through. 98 car pulls right up to the back of the number 56 car of Keith, but there's no way through. Bradder's in the Renault, trying to close up on these two as well. Number 16 car for Blake. 27 Firepower with number 29 Techno behind. 79 of Will in 13th, and Bradder's number 69 at the back. And Bizzer does take the fast lap. He's used all his overtake and tried to do a couple of fast laps in a row. And he's now ahead of Nifty. He's now ahead of Nifty into third. So Red Bull pulling away in the lead of the race, doing a marvellous job here. And it helped with Twitty having his pit stop errors and also with the heavyweight. But now look, TY, he's actually not too far off Red Bull here. TY's catching and catching and catching, and with the weight on, that is very impressive indeed. Just shows you TY's ultimate pace in this car, and shows you why he's the championship leader coming into this race as well. And Red Bull doing a brilliant job as well. Red Bull looking to get into the top 5 in the championship, but that will mean weight. But still, he wants the points. He wants all the points he can get. But medium tyres versus super softs with weight. Bids a third, still holds the fastest lap of the race, 37.7. Nifty 4th. 25th. His tyres will not go off towards the end. He'll still have the same grip that he's always had. Neil Farmack closing on Twirdy, because Twirdy last time round 43, because he had to go back into the pits, or he must have made a mistake somewhere. So Twirdy's gone down to 5th. Jamo 7th. Bradder's now 8th with Keith in 9th. Keith's gone back to 9th place, but Jamo's through into 7th. So Bradder's has passed him as well. Blake in 10th place, being harassed by the McLaren of Techno behind him. Techno trying to get through, but there's no way through for him. Keith and Bradder's attacking each other now. 16 out of 18 on the laps. Not much to go. Bradder's holds on. Nice little train behind him now. Will's tag. Firepower's trying to get close. The tyres are going off now for Firepower. Blake hooks the curb on the inside. Risky stuff, because you can lose a lot of traction doing that, and Techno gets a good run. Techno could look to overtake here. Moves to the outside line. I don't think there's going to be a way through there on the outside. He's going to have to be very brave if he does so. Tucks into the apex, but Techno drives around the outside, gets the drive to the inside of the next complex corner and goes through. Blake tries to go for the cutback, but there's no way through. Unless he died for it. But Techno holds on. Keith now vulnerable. Keith goes wide out the corner. Techno pulls alongside Will, trying to get alongside Blake as well. Everything happening back here for 9th place. Keith holds on. Blake to the back to the inside of Techno, and pushes him wide. Almost off the track there. Just a little bit of contact, and Techno goes down to 12th place. I'll not be happy with that. Meanwhile, up front, Red Bull is being now harassed by TY. He's finally caught him for the lead. Red Bull, not much overtake left. TY's got a little bit more. An 8th left. Red Bull's got hardly even like 1/1000th left of overtake. He's got a little smidge, which I would imagine he'll use now. Yes, he is doing. He's moving right to the inside wall, not leaving any way through for TY, making his intentions clear. If you're going around me, you are going the long way around. But there's now no overtake left for Red Bull. Defends the inside. TY to the outside line, trying to go to the inside of the complex, but there's no way through. Further back. One together, but I think we've got Bradders 8th, Keith 9th, Blake 10th, and Techno's down at 12th, with firepower and look on the inside, but there's no way through. Back to the leading battle then for this race. TY's worked all of the 18 laps to try and catch Red Bull here, and it's finally paid off, but can he get past now? The Red Bull is quite harsh on the defence, which could catch him out, but we'll see. TY is very good at attacking people and putting the pressure on though. Can Red Bull absorb this? TY to the outside towards the Schumacher S. Nope, tucks in. No way through. TY's got a little bit of overtake left. I would imagine he'll use it on the straight down towards the chicane on this one. Into the left-hander. Red Bull defends, no way through again, defends the inside line. TY around the outside, and Red Bull defends too hard. TY gets past him on the outside and now gets the overtake down and pulls away from Red Bull. That's using your head, that's using your strategy. And now through the last corner, they've both used all their overtake. TY's got a little bit of a smidge left there, which he gets rid of. I think he's got rid of it now. Yes, he has. TY, Red Bull going back for the overtake on the inside, but no way through. TY wins the 3rd race. What a victory from TY. Red Bull held on, but got it snatched off him at the end. Good race between them two. Bidster takes 3rd place with the fastest lap as well. Good position for him. Neil Farmite gets 4th place from Nifty Dark Ninja. Must have passed him on the last lap. Neil 4th, Nifty 5th. Twerdy's going to finish 6th, but a brilliant round for Twerdy and a brilliant covering session. You ought to take over that seat. But Stevie will be back in that next week. It's Jamo 7th with Bradders then, who's going to take 8th place from Keith. And out the last corner, there's contact between Blake and Will. Contact out the last corner, and Blake gets that, but we'll have to see what happens there. Firepower takes 12th. Techno 13th with Rodders in 14th place. So, yeah, that's a bit not good for Rodders. Not a good race for him, but I know he's not used all his overtake, but he's going to be at the back anyway, so there's not really much point using it. So we will now go to the results of the race and the replays and also the full championship standings for you. And now let's take a look at the replays from race 3 at Nürburgring. Okay, here's the first of the replays then on board with Techno. This is what happened between him and his teammates. He basically goes over the curb, loses it himself, and Techno has nowhere to go. Techno should have continued there, but he gentlemanly waits for him, but he didn't really need to, but because it was Vince's own fault for the spin. But then Techno gets going. Here's a replay of some incident at the chicane. See, Jamo hits Nifty, so now he's trying to slow down and let Nifty rejoin, but then everyone else, it causes a massive traffic jam. Will hits Neil off, and then Will ends up having to waiting for his teammates to hit him, but that was actually Jamo and Nifty's fault, because obviously Jamo hit Nifty and then Jamo just decided to slow right down on the chicane and let Nifty rejoin, but then that caused a massive pile up, so not good there from Jamo. He should have kept going and then let him through later. And now we're on board with Jamo just after that as we go down towards turn 1. Watch this, he goes down to the first corner, misses his braking point completely, and then he's going to hit Nifty, but then hits him side on so it doesn't cause too much of an incident, but then slows right down, and then Blake and Bradders have to go right round him or down each side. So again, good on Jamo for waiting, but again, just got to watch the people around him when he does it. And now here's another on board with Jamo going down towards turn 1, but this is a few laps later. We're on, so going down towards turn 1, we're going to miss his braking point completely now. And unfortunately hit Bradders, but luckily we didn't hit him too bad, so he doesn't even engine brake, and hits brakes too late, whacks Bradders. Bradders very lucky to keep going there, and Jamo ends up back in the gravel, has to wait for a few cars to go past, and then rejoins in last place. And now we go on board with Rodders down towards the chicane, so we're going to have Neil Farmite coming up behind quite quickly. He's going to overtake us on the inside. and he goes through, but then he runs wide, and then watch the back end of the car. The back end will flick out as he rejoins the track, and unfortunately Neil not in control of that, and then it whacks Rodders round, and he goes round unfortunately, and then ends up having to well, he turns around while the car's ghosted, which is good, and then rejoins, but now he's well and truly last. Now I have a replay on board with Techno, just missed Rodders, have a little glance, and then watch this, Neil Farmack goes slow out the corner for some reason, and then Keith gets held up, and then Techno goes straight through the middle of both of them. And now here's the replay of what happened to Blake for him to lose 7th place and go right down the order. So we're going to the first corner, all good. Now watch this second corner, he hooks the inside curb, and then ends up hugging it too much, it digs in on the underneath the car, bottoms out, the rear end goes round, and he spins, sort of half spins, gets back going, but by the time he's rejoined, he's well down the order in the middle of that pack in 11th place. Now here's a replay on the last lap of something that happened to Techno for him to finish right down near the back of the order, so he hits the back of Will, and then gets the power on too much on the curb, and spins the car round, and onto the infield, round it goes, and that leaves him in 13th position. And now here's the final replay on board with Will, so we're going down to the last corner, and then we've got Blake here, but we're just going to the corner a bit too fast, and we get on the power early, tries to go on the outside, carry the momentum, but then we end up hitting Blake as we go onto the curb, so not really anyone's fault there, just Will being a bit too opportunistic. Okay guys, as we come back from the replays, let's now go and look at the results of race 3. So your winner is TY. Well done to TY after a brilliant battle with Red Bull on those last few laps. But Red Bull gets 2nd place with TY the victor. Bidster in 3rd, rounding off the podium. It's a good podium for him, with Neil Farmack 4th in the Jordan. Nifty Dark Ninja in the Mercedes 5th, with his teammate behind him in 6th place, Twerdy, well done. And 7th for Jamo in the Castrol Honda, but he will actually move down to 11th place because of a penalty. So it's Bradders who moves up as we go over the page. So Bradders moves up to 7th. Keith will finish 8th, with Blakeney in 9th. Will be 10th, and then it will be Jamo in 11th place due to the penalty that Jamo received there, so for not using all his overtakes. So Firepower will now finish in 12th, with Techno finishing 13th, and Rodders will round off the 14 finishers. Bids to fastest lap, a 1:37.7. And now guys, we go on to the overall championship standings. So it is TY in the lead on 121 points, with Stevie in 2nd place on 103, Red Bull on 102, and Bidster on 101. Very close there between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Neil Farmack 5th on 96, with Jamo on 92, Rodders on 90 in 7th. Techno 8th on 75, with Seek 1 on 66, and Bradders on 65 in 10th. Woo on 60 points for 11th, with Keith 12th on 55, Steve Paramore on 53, with Blake on 51 in 14th, Firepower 15th on 37, with Will on 23 in 16th place. In the teams, it is McLaren in the lead on 176, with Mercedes Toyota 2nd on 156, with 155 for Renault, so 1 point difference there, with Red Bull Toyota on 153, so very close between them. Castrol Honda on 129, with Williams on 121, and then 7 Up Jordan round off the teams on 119 points. That is your standings, guys, after round 3 of the Super Formula World Championship. So as you come back from that then your winner is TY, but very unlucky for Jamo, who loses out places there for not using all his overtake there. As you can see there, if you look at Bradders, then look at Jamo. Jamo didn't use all his overtake there, so unlucky for Jamo. He will not hold that 7th place, but TY wins the race, a fantastic race with the maximum ballast on as well. That is impressive. So well done to TY, and we will see you all next time for round 4 of the championship, which will be the special event, and we are taking these cars back to 3 of the Japanese tracks that we visited in the first ever Super Formula Championship that we did. So we're going back home to Japan, and we will see you then. Take care, guys. Thank you everyone for watching round 3 there from NURBURGRING. Hope you all enjoyed that one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to LPB Racing, guys. Every subscription really helps us grow. And next time it is round 4 of the LPB Super Formula World Championship. We're back in Japan, and the race 1 is at Fuji. We will see you at Mount Fuji.